It's April 15th. It's Jackie Robinson Day. That's right, it's still Jackie Robinson Day. I can't think of a better time to remember my hero, and he's the hero of many of you out there, than this time that we're in, this pandemic.
In April 2020, the world mocked Chadwick Boseman for losing weight. They didn't know he was dying. This is the true story of a man who became a king on screen while fighting a war inside his own body that no one knew about. Before Black Panther, before the Marvel Universe, before the world knew his name, Chadwick Aaron Boseman was just a boy from Anderson, South Carolina, singing in the church choir and watching his mother work double shifts as a nurse. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you three things. Number one, how a kid from a working class family whose college tuition was secretly paid by one of Hollywood's biggest stars became the face of a billion-dollar franchise. Number two, the devastating diagnosis he received in 2016 and the films he made while fighting for his life. And number three, the words he left behind. Words that might change the way you think about the time you have left. So, let's begin. Chadwick Boseman was born on November 29, 1976. His father Leroy ran an awful story business. His mother Caroline was a nurse. So the Bosemans worshipped at Welfare Baptist Church, a small brick building in Anderson where everyone knew everyone. And young Chadwick, he was everywhere. He was in the car, in the youth group, helping, serving. His former pastor Samuel Neely would later say he was always doing something, always helping out. That was his personality. Chadwick in 1995, Chadwick left Anderson for Howard University in Washington, D.C., America's most prestigious historically black university. He enrolled to study directing, not acting. He wanted to tell stories, not star in them. But money was tight. During his studies, Chadwick and a few classmates won places at prestigious drama program in Oxford, England. The problem? They couldn't afford to go. A professor at Howard, the legendary actress Felicia Rashad, quietly raised the money herself years later. Chadwick discovered the truth. One of the anonymous donors was Denzel Washington. Chadwick never forgot. In 2019, at the RFE Life Achievement Award ceremony for Denzel, he stood on stage and said, "There is no Black Panther without Denzel Washington." A seed planted by one generation, a harvest reaped by the next. After Howard, Chadwick moved to New York. He taught drama in Harlem. He auditioned. He got rejected. For years, the roles were small. A TV episode here, a guest spot there. But something interesting happened when he finally broke through. Every role he chose was a real person. Jackie Robinson in 42, the man who broke baseball's color barrier. James Brown in Get On Up, the hardest working man in show business. Thurgood Marshall in Marshall, the first black Supreme Court justice. He was not just picking movie roles. He was building a body of work about dignity, about people who walked through fire and came out standing. And then Marvel called. But here is what makes this story different from every other celebrity biography you have ever watched. While Chadwick Boseman was filming Black Panther, the biggest movie of his career, he was already fighting for his life and no one knew. Before I reveal what's happened next, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel tells the true stories of remarkable people. No gossip, no rumors, just facts and the lessons they leave behind. Hit that bell. Let's continue. In 2016, Chadwick Boseman received news that would break most people. Stage 3 colon cancer at 39 years old. Stage 3 means it had already spread past the lining of his colon. It was aggressive, it was serious, and from that moment on, his life became two parallel tracks. On one track, the world's biggest movie star, Black Panther, Avengers, Infinity War, Avengers, Endgame, red carpets, press tours, fans screaming his name across the planet. On the other track, chemotherapy sections between takes, surgeries during production breaks, losing weight while the world speculated and gossiped. Between 2016 and 2020, Chadwick filmed 7 major movies, including the most physically demanding role of his career, the superhero king of Wakanda, all while undergoing countless surgeries and chemotherapy, according to his family. Spike Lee, who directed him in Da 5 Blood, said Chadwick never mentioned his illness, not once. He showed up, he delivered, he protected everyone else from his pain. And there is one detail that breaks my heart every time I think about it. In 2018, the same year, Black Panther shattered box office records. Chadwick visited the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. He spent hours with kids fighting cancer. He was fighting that same cancer himself. A young patient named Zoe, who had a brain tumor, later wrote about meeting him. He walked into my room and his smile lit up the entire space. He told me to keep fighting. At the time, I had no idea he was fighting too. That's who Chadwick Boseman was. Even when he was breaking, he was building others up. In April 2020, a video surfaced online. Chadwick at home, talking about a charity initiative. He looked thin, fragile. The internet did what the internet does. People laughed, they mocked, they made memes. They had no idea the man was in the final months of his life. 4 months later, on August 28, 2020, Chadwick Boseman died at his home in Los Angeles. He was 43 years old. His wife, Taylor Simone Ledward, whom he had married in secret, was by his side. The world stopped. His family released a statement that said simply, "It was the honor of his career to bring King T'Challa to life in Black Panther." But here is the thing that stays with me. Chadwick didn't just play a hero, he lived like one. He suffered in silence so others could feel joy. He carried a weight most people will never know, and he kept showing up. He kept giving. He kept serving. At Howard University's 2018 commencement, Chadwick told the graduates something that now feels like he was speaking to all of us about his own life. Purpose is the essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. He said those words in front of thousands of young people while privately battling stage 3 colon cancer, knowing his time might be short, but still speaking about purpose. Chadwick Boseman's story teaches us something the Bible says again and again, but that we keep forgetting. Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Psalm 90, verse 12. Here's what that means in plain language. Every single one of us has an expiration date. We don't know when it is. And the question is not whether our time will run out, it's what we are doing with the time we have. Chadwick Boseman made 7 movies in 4 years while his body was being ravaged by cancer. He visited sick children in the hospital while he was sick himself. He stood on a stage and told young people to find their purpose, knowing his own days were numbered. What's our excuse? That's not judgment. That's an invitation. You have gifts. You have a voice. You have a story. The only thing you don't have is forever. The question Chadwick's life leaves us with is this: what are you doing with the time you have? I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I encourage you to like, to subscribe, and to share this with someone who needs to hear this message today. Now tell me in the comments, what's one thing you will do differently this week? I love you all. That's the end of our video for today. I love you. Bye bye.